The $2 liquid that makes any wood look new forever. A secret ignored. Since 1939. There is a liquid. It costs $2 to make, and it does something that a $1,000 contractor cannot explain away. One coat on a rotting fence board, and the wood does not just look better. It looks like it never aged. One pass on a weathered deck, and the gray, the cracks, the damage, gone. Not covered, not painted over, gone. This formula existed before the Second World War. Craftsmen knew it, cabinet makers used it, and then one industry worth $2 billion decided the world was better off forgetting it. Not because it failed, because it worked too well. What gets buried that deep usually stays buried. Usually. Welcome to Hidden Fix Lab. This is where buried science comes back up, where the record gets corrected, and where the industry's math stops working in their favor. Now, if you have never subscribed to this channel, do it the same way you would button up a good coat before stepping outside. Quietly, deliberately, because you know it matters. That subscribe button is right there. One press, no salesman, no fine print. Just you, and everything this channel is about to show you. And before we go any further, drop a comment below. Where in the world are you watching from right now? Whether it is a farmhouse in Texas, a terrace in Manchester, or a veranda somewhere the contractors never come cheap, let Hidden Fix Lab know. Because this formula works everywhere, wood has been left to die. And what comes next is the part they spent 80 years hoping no one would ever piece together. Stay right here. The story does not begin in a laboratory. It does not begin with a patent filing or a corporate research division. It begins in a field of flax somewhere in ancient Mesopotamia nearly 10,000 years ago, where farmers first noticed that the seeds of this plant produced something unusual when pressed. A golden oil, thin, warm, and alive in a way no one fully understood yet. Those early farmers were not chemists. They had no microscopes, no formulas, no peer-reviewed journals, but they were observant. And what they observed changed the way human civilization would protect wood for the next 10 millennia. When that golden oil was rubbed into timber, the wood changed. It darkened slightly. It hardened. It stopped absorbing water the way untreated wood did. It stopped cracking under the sun. And it stopped rotting the way every other piece of untreated timber eventually did. The wood, in simple terms, survived longer than it had any right to. Ancient Chinese woodworkers documented this discovery in texts that scholars have traced back to approximately 2000 BCE. They called the oil from the flax seed hardening water. They used it on structural timber, on furniture, and on the wooden tools that entire villages depended on for survival, not because it was fashionable, because it worked, and nothing else worked as well. The knowledge traveled. It moved through trade routes into Egypt, where linen made from flax fiber was already being used to wrap the dead. Egyptian craftsmen began using the pressed oil on wooden burial furniture, chairs, beds, and chests placed inside tombs. Archaeologists examining those pieces today found wood that, after 4,000 years underground, had not fully collapsed. The oil had done something at the fiber level that time alone could not undo. By the medieval period, European cabinet makers had taken this knowledge further. They began mixing raw linseed oil with lead oxide, a combination that dried harder and faster than the raw oil alone. The result was called boiled linseed oil. Cathedral doors in Germany treated with this mixture in the 1500s still stand today. British naval shipbuilders coated their deck timbers with it before crossing the Atlantic Ocean. Those decks survived saltwater, equatorial heat, and the mechanical stress of open sea voyages lasting months. Then came 1939, a decade of economic pressure, wartime material rationing, and rapid industrial change began pushing synthetic alternatives into the market. Petrochemical companies introduced faster-drying, shinier-looking products that were far more profitable to manufacture and far easier to brand. Linseed oil, which cost almost nothing to produce, had no lobby, it had no marketing budget, it had no corporate sponsor, so it quietly disappeared from hardware store shelves, not because it failed the wood, but because it could not generate the kind of revenue that a growing industry needed to survive. The craftsmen who knew the formula aged, the index cards with the handwritten ratios faded, and one generation later, the liquid that had protected human civilization's most essential material for 10,000 years was gone from public memory. Hidden Fix Lab will show exactly what that liquid does at the molecular level, and why the science behind it embarrasses everything the restoration industry sells today. What happens inside the wood, and why the industry's products cannot compete. Most people look at a damaged piece of wood and see a surface problem. The industry built a $2 billion business on that misunderstanding, because the damage is never just on the surface, it is inside the fiber, inside the cell walls, inside the microscopic structure that gives wood its strength. And that is exactly where this liquid goes. Linseed oil is classified scientifically as a triglyceride, But what makes it different from every other oil is its unusually high concentration of alpha-linolenic acid, a polyunsaturated fatty acid that does something no synthetic product can fully replicate. When it contacts oxygen, it does not evaporate. It does not sit on the surface and wait. It reacts and begins forming a natural polymer network inside the wood fiber itself. Scientists call this process autoxidation. A peer-reviewed study published in the Journal of Coatings Technology and Research confirmed that linseed oil penetrates wood up to 4 times deeper than synthetic polyurethane. 4 times. Polyurethane does not enter the wood. It lands on top of it, forming a plastic shell that looks clean for one season and begins cracking by the second. The moment that shell cracks, moisture rushes underneath, and the wood begins dying again, faster than before, because the shell traps the moisture inside. A second study from the Forest Products Journal measured the long-term moisture resistance of linseed-treated timber against 5 commercially sold restoration products. The linseed-treated wood outperformed every synthetic product tested, not in the first month, but across a continuous 18-month observation period. The commercial products degraded. The linseed oil kept cross-linking, kept hardening, kept protecting, because it had become part of the wood, not a coating on top of it. Add white vinegar to the mixture and the process becomes even more precise. Vinegar is acetic acid, a natural solvent that dissolves decades of oxidation, gray surface damage, and dead finish without touching the healthy fiber underneath. It clears the path, and the oil floods in immediately behind it. Turpentine, distilled from pine resin, thins the oil just enough to double its penetration depth and cut the curing time from weeks down to hours. 3 ingredients, each one doing a specific, documented job. No filler, no fragrance, no brand markup. Just chemistry that outperforms what the industry charges $900 to apply. The exact moment a $2 formula became a business threat. It did not happen in a dark boardroom. There was no single villain, no signed document ordering the erasure of a formula. What happened was quieter than that, and in many ways far more effective. The year was 1955. The American petrochemical industry had just completed its most aggressive post-war expansion in history. Synthetic alkyd resins, the chemical backbone of modern polyurethane and lacquer, were flooding into hardware stores across the United States. Companies like Sherwin-Williams, 3M, and a coalition of manufacturers represented by the National Paint, Varnish, and Lacquer Association were investing heavily in a new market, a market that required homeowners to buy products repeatedly, every 2 to 3 years, without fail. Linseed oil did not fit that model. One application lasted years. It required no professional equipment. It could not be patented because it came from a seed that had existed for 10,000 years, and it cost pennies per gallon to produce. For an industry building itself on repeat revenue and brand loyalty, that was not just inconvenient, that was dangerous. In 1957, a wood finishing researcher named Dr. Harold Ambrose submitted findings to the American Wood Preservers Association, documenting linseed oil's superior long-term penetration performance against 7 synthetic products then entering the commercial market. His report recommended that linseed-based formulas be included in standard homeowner education materials published by hardware trade groups. The recommendation was declined. No explanation was entered into the public record. Dr. Ambrose's findings were not published in any industry-facing journal that year. They surfaced decades later in archived forestry research documents, read by almost no one. What replaced public education was advertising. Between 1955 and 1975, the wood restoration product market grew from a regional trade supply into a nationally branded consumer category. Television commercials told homeowners that wood care was complicated, that it required specialized products with names they could recognize and trust, that the professionals knew best, and that the best results always came from the newest formula, not the oldest one. By 1980, an entire generation of homeowners had grown up with no knowledge of linseed oil as a practical restoration tool. The formula had not been disproven. It had not been replaced by anything scientifically superior. It had simply been marketed into irrelevance, one television commercial at a time. Today, the wood restoration product market is valued at $1.9 billion annually, dominated by corporations whose flagship products contain the same drying oil chemistry Frederick Walton identified in 1860, repackaged, rebranded, marked up between 400 and 2,000% above raw material cost. That is not innovation, that is just economics. Part 4 gives the exact formula, the exact measurements, and the exact method. Everything Hidden Fix Lab recovered from the record, the industry stopped teaching. Exact measurements, exact method, exactly what the industry stopped teaching. The formula is not complicated. That is precisely why it survived. Simple enough to memorize, simple enough to mix in a garage, simple enough to pass down on an index card tucked inside a kitchen drawer. Hidden Fix Lab recovered it from forestry archives, Victorian-era craft manuals, and wood preservation research that never made it to the hardware store shelf. Here it is, exactly as the craftsman used it. The 3 ingredients. 1 part boiled linseed oil. The can must say boiled, not raw. Boiled linseed oil contains metallic drying catalysts that reduce cure time from weeks down to 24 hours. A 1 quart can costs approximately $4 and covers 40 square feet per application. 1 part white distilled vinegar, standard grocery store vinegar, not apple cider, not cleaning vinegar. Plain white distilled acetic acid at 5% concentration. A full gallon costs under $3. 1 part turpentine, also labeled gum spirits of turpentine in the paint aisle. Not mineral spirits, turpentine specifically, distilled from pine resin. A small can runs approximately $5 and lasts through multiple batches. Total material cost per application, under $2. The method. Step 1. Pour equal parts of all 3 ingredients into a clean glass jar with a tight-fitting lid. Shake firmly for 30 seconds until the mixture turns a cloudy golden color. That cloudiness confirms the emulsion is formed correctly. Step 2. Clean the wood surface with a dry, stiff brush. Remove loose dirt, cobwebs, and flaking material. No sanding required, no power washing needed, no chemical stripping necessary. Step 3. Dip a clean cotton rag into the mixture and apply it along the wood grain using firm, even strokes. Work in sections no wider than 2 feet, so the liquid does not begin drying before it spreads fully. Step 4. Allow the first coat to absorb for 15 minutes, then wipe away any remaining surface liquid with a dry cloth. Step 5. Wait 24 hours. Apply a second coat using the same method. The second coat doubles the protective polymer barrier forming inside the wood fiber. 1 critical safety rule. Rags soaked in linseed oil can spontaneously combust if left bunched or folded. Always spread used rags flat outdoors to dry completely, or submerge them in water inside a sealed metal container before disposal. This is not optional. This is life safety. The result. A homeowner in rural Ohio named Gerald Marsh documented his experience in a 2019 woodworking forum that Hidden Fix Lab traced through archived posts. Gerald had a pine deck, 40 years old, gray, splitting, and quoted at $1,100 to refinish by 2 separate contractors. He mixed the formula, applied 2 coats over a weekend. The contractors never got the call. Gerald reapplied a single maintenance coat 18 months later, 5 minutes per section. Under $3 total. The deck is still standing and still treated with the same formula as of early 2026. The comparison. A professional deck refinishing service charges between $900 and $2,700 per project and recommends the service every 2 to 3 years. Over 20 years of home ownership, that is nearly $7,000 spent on one wooden surface. Gerald spent $11, not because he found a shortcut, because he found what was always there, underneath 80 years of industry silence. The wood did not forget the formula. The industry just made sure the homeowner did. Hidden Fix Lab exists to correct that record. 1 buried solution at a time. If this reached someone who needed it, share it. Every share recovers something the industry spent decades erasing. Hidden Fix Lab, the record corrected,